So you want the benefits of a 20-minute run. No equipment needed, still getting the same aerobic capacity, but with the added extra stability, mobility, flexibility, all thrown on top, even a bit of strength endurance. I'll show you how today. Hey, I'm Coach Ben from DRME, and I help people over the age of 40 to get fitter and stronger in both the body and the mind from the comfort of your own home. So going for a 20-minute run is good for you. You get the aerobic benefits, i.e. getting your heart nice and strong, allowing you to have that stamina for a bit longer at that given rate you're working at. But are you pushed for time? Could you be using that 20 minutes more productively? Training flexibility, mobility, stability, stamina, plus a bit of strength thrown in as well, a bit of strength endurance, and all still getting that aerobic capacity going. Still getting that same effect of pumping the blood around the body, keeping the heart nice and strong. So today's workout is just that. We're going to get your aerobic capacity going, but also all those other functions I just mentioned then. Today's workout chooses 10 exercises that you're going to perform for 60 seconds each exercise. There's going to be 10 minutes in total for one round. And if it feels good to you, you're going to do 2 rounds, 20 minutes in total of aerobic endurance. But the key is you don't allow your heart rate to raise above 70%. As soon as it goes above 70%, you're now bringing in another energy source. It's not your aerobic system anymore. And once you go above 70%, it can be a lot harder to maintain that. So keep the movement slow and controlled with a nice tempo throughout. Your aim is to keep going continuously for 60 seconds on each exercise. I've taken the principle of this workout from track and field athletics. Top sprinters do this for their condition. So it's perfect if you are more advanced, but it's also great if you're a beginner too. Let's get started. So an aerobic circuit. The key here is to not let your heart rate raise above 70% of your maximum. Your maximum is pretty much 220 minus your age, to give you a rough guide to that. So the key here is just to keep continuous movements going. As soon as you feel your heart rate raising above, if you've got a heart rate monitor, for instance, just stop, take a little rest, allow it to drop a bit, then go into it. 10 exercises, 60 seconds on each one, continuous movements, but remember, quality of the movements is key. So I'm going to start my timer for the first one. The first exercise we've got squats. So let's get going and begin. So 60 seconds. And as ever with our squats, push our hips back. So just notice I'm just going at a nice comfortable pace. You may want to go a little bit slower or a little bit quicker. Keep the heels nice and flat on the floor. And I like to raise my hands up just to ensure my upper back is pretty straight. I don't want it, if I'm here, I'm going to be curling down. Let's avoid that. Let's keep good posture all the time. So we've got 20 seconds left. Just keep that tempo going. You're doing great. Good start. Keep pushing the knees out. I can feel my heart rate starting to raise a bit. Nothing too much. Next exercise are push-up rotations on the floor. So 2, 1, let's go straight into those. So I'm going to avoid the push-up here. I'm just going to get that rotation. And if you can, rock over on the side of your feet. But just stabilize at the top before going into the next repetition. Now, if you want to make it a bit tougher, push up and rotate. Push up and rotate. You could do half and half, so you could just do 30 seconds with the push-ups, 30 seconds just doing as I'm doing here, rotation. So we're coming up to the last 15 seconds. Keep a nice tempo. We've got side lunge next in the next 10 seconds. So keep it nice and steady. I'm going to squeeze one more in. Brilliant, 2 down. Side lunge. Let's go. So nice and wide and over. You should notice as I step across this foot, the standing foot is just nice and flat. and always return your posture in between each repetition. So if you think when you go out for a run, you raise up the heart rate, and especially if you're going for a longer 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you're using your aerobic capacity. That is, oxygen's going around the body, helping to fuel the movements. Whereas here, we're getting that same benefit as the aerobic fitness, only we're getting nice movement patterns going, how the body should move. So we're into side plank raises next. Let's go. So the first one, here, and we're just going to rise up, come back down, raise up. So nice tall long posture, get the hips right up, and keep this going. So what we're going to do for these is go 30 seconds on one side, then we're going to switch. So we've got 5 more seconds. Keep that good stability. I'm going to switch over. You can just turn and face the other way, and up we go. So notice how my feet are. I'm just on the side of the feet. Bring those hips right up. And we've got 15 seconds left before we then go into jump lunges. So last 10. Nice continuous movement, we're almost there. One more, brilliant. Jump lunges next. So what we're looking for here, big stride length and just a small skip up. Control that movement down. And as long as we change the feet quickly, we're going as high as we need to here. If you want to make it easier, just go shallow. So you could go like this, small step, small step. I'm just trying to get my heart rate a little bit higher. So I'm bringing that back knee just off the floor. So with these, we've got 25 seconds left. Maintain a good posture as much as you can. Make sure this front knee is not coming over the toes too much. So have a nice step back. 10 seconds. Then we're into straight leg sit-ups on the floor. Last one. And that will do. Straight into the floor then. Arms up. Good posture. So again, maintain a pace that you can go for. If you want to, towards the end, a bit of an arm swing. If you just need that assistance to get you up. But always remember, once we get to the top, good posture here. So we're coming up to 20 seconds. $15 to go. Then we go for a high knee skip on the spot. Last one or two. Make this the last one. Great job, you're doing really well. So on the spot, let's go. High skip. So if you just see, I'm not going too fast. I think my heart rate's around that kind of 70% at the moment. And if you can get your knees up nicely over the hips and just have a nice bounce on the feet. Keep this pace going. Keep a good tall posture. And we're into 20 seconds. So we're coming up to the last 3 minutes now. 3 movements left. Just keep this pace going. Final 10. Now, if you think your heart rate's too high, stop. Give yourself a rest for 10 seconds. Opposite arm, opposite leg raise on the spot now. So, 2 options. Hands and knees, raise up and back. Make sure you just Stabilize at the top. Keep this upper body, your trunk nice and steady. That's where we're working the core, while our heart rate's still ticking away. So we're still getting those aerobic benefits, but in effect we're having like a active recovery. So that means we're still training while we're just allowing our heart rate to recover a bit. And we're coming up to 10 seconds left. Last couple, keep it strict. Last one, a lunge with rotation next. So, step forward, lunge to the side, then back. Remember, the twisting pattern is key to our fundamental movements. So if we can link a lunge in with the control of the twist, we're getting loads of benefits from one exercise. Not only stability wise, core stability, stability of the knees and hips, but we're still working aerobically. That heart rate's still ticking over. Last couple now, get our shoulder right around. And we're coming up to the last 10 seconds. And the last one we've got is a rollover stretch into a one-legged stretch. So, back onto the floor. And what we do, we roll back, stretch on one side. Then over to the other leg. It's up to you how far you want to roll back and how far you want to lean forward. But with that stretch, we stretch in the back of the thigh. That's it. I like the roll backs because it just gets really nice movement for the spine. And we're working that flexibility for the hamstrings. And also the lower and upper back to reach over. Last one. And that will do. So that's 10 minutes. I'm going to take a 30-second break before going into a second round. So I don't want my heart rate to drop too low, but I still want it going so I can just keep that aerobic capacity going. So 15 seconds. Now, take a rest there if you want to, if you're feeling it's quite tough. Remember, for the second round, if you need to stop earlier, take a 10-20 second break before going into the next station. Here we go, we have squats. The key is, even though we're tired, we still want perfect technique. So I'm pushing the knees out in the squats, hinging my hips back, keeping my feet flat on the floor, having the weight pushed back towards the heels, like this. So we're over 30 seconds on this second round. I'm still lifting my hands, just to encourage that good back position. So we're into the final 20. Keep it going, everyone. 15 left. That's it, maintain that really good form, hips back. We've got push up and rotation next. Again, I'm just going to go for the rotational element. Last one. And we're back down. So, remember, good solid push up position. Now this time I'm going to have my feet together to make it steady, more uneasy for the stability coming up here. If you remember last round, I had my feet apart like this. But just get that nice smooth movement going. But just remember to hold the top, just to show you still got the stability there. So we've got side lunge next. So I nearly lost the balance there. 15 seconds. Let's keep this moving. Final 10. Last one full of side lunge. And let's go for it. Side lunge. This time I'm going to touch the floor. I want to make this a bit tougher for myself. So this just encourages me to get a bit lower. But if you notice my toes pointing forwards. So again, if you just want to go wide, but lower, but not as low, just touch your thigh like this. But just keep that movement continuous. 30 seconds left. Nice and easy down. Remember, if you need that rest for the last 20 seconds, go for it. But come up to the last 15 now. Last few repetitions. Return that posture in between, shoulders back, chest up. Great job. Side plank raises. On our side. 30 seconds, let's raise up. So keep your breathing going. If you need a bit of assistance, push this hand up, raise it up. Nice full range. Last couple of repetitions this side. Let's get one more and switch round. Next 30 seconds. Nice tall posture. Let's raise. Remember, that nice continuous movement is perfect. Into the last 15 seconds. We have jump lunges next. Last couple here. Make this the last one. Well done. Up for the jump lunges. Remember, a nice big step. Get that front knee nice and stable. Let's go for it. So I'm just trying to maintain that good posture here. Chest up, shoulders back. Remember, you don't have to go as low as this. Just do small steps. Stop if you need to. Reset. Then go again. 15 seconds. Sorry, 30 seconds. Let's keep this pace going. Should be getting a bit of a burn in the knees. Or the knees, sorry, the thighs. Straight leg sit-ups next. Big steps. Keep that posture. Last one. Straight leg sit-ups. And straight into it. Work that posture at the top. And go at pace that's good for you. Good posture. Get the arm swing if you need it. Make sure the heart rate's not pushing up too high. "15 seconds left. We have the high knee skip on the spot. Coming up next. Last one. Perfect. Up onto the feet. High knee skip. Let's go. So keep that form. See, my knees are still coming over the hips, over hip height. Still keeping that good posture. From the side. I still want that nice bounce on the ground. That's key. Use the free energy of your, tendons, the bounce, the muscles on the feet, which just keep that movement going. 15 left. Opposite arm, opposite leg raise next. Last couple. And down we go. So hands and knees again. Let's pause, hold, back. If we can, thumb up. Just makes that a little bit stricter for the shoulder. And nice hold at the end, just to show we've got the good core stability. So take a breather in between, a bit longer if you need to. But ideally, you should have paced yourself so you can actually have continuous movement on each of the 10 movements. That's the goal for this workout. So if you're doing it again, you're running out of steam, go a bit slower next time. Pace yourself. 5 seconds left. We have the lunge of rotations. Let's go into it, guys. So, big step, rotate round. Now this is a big test of your strength and stability to maintain a good solid lunge position while forcing your body to rotate. But what I like about the lunge and twist, my hips are going forward the whole time. So this rotation is all happening in the upper back. So I'll do it from the side, 20 seconds left. Always twist over the knee. Big stride length. Go into the last 10 seconds. Hold that posture. And let's get the last one before going into the rollover stretch. Great job, last minute coming up. So use it wisely. Let's roll it back and stretch. Lean it forward. So just notice for this last exercise, I'm just taking a bit slower on the stretch element. My heart rate's already high enough to keep that aerobic movement going. So what I'm doing here, I just want to get a bit of flexibility work while my heart rate's still raised or still risen to that good level. So stretch forward, push this knee down. Knee down, stretch forward. One more to go. Stretch it there. Well done, everyone. That was great work. 20 minutes or 20 minutes, 30 seconds, including the 30-second rest of complete aerobic movement. To go through all your movement patterns. My heart rate's still quite high, but what should happen is if you've been truly at aerobic intensity, you'll recover quickly. The heart rate will go back to normal. Great work today, but I'd like to help you more. So like and subscribe so I can still pass on this information to you to get you fitter and stronger in both the body and the mind. Have a great day.